A family effort. They rent one car when they come to the track, and that's it. They keep the whole crew in it. You'll see as many as 8. Gosh, I hope the officers didn't hear about that. Getting back and forth to the track, and usually it's an economy car. There's the crew, and there's the checkered flag coming out for Bill Elliott, who has just won his first race in his Winston Cup Grand National career. Benny Parsons comes home second, Neil Bonnet third, and on his way to the best day he's ever had. And you can see out of the car of Earnhardt this tremendous throng gathered here today. Last lap 156 miles an hour. You are in the last lap. Benny Parsons has just had a pit again and come back on the track. Remember your first win, Ned?
Well, of course, my first win was on a dirt track, Ken. It's certainly a lot different. I think I won about $950. He'll probably win about $30,000 here today. But this would be his second Grand National win. It would be his first super speedway win. As you mentioned earlier, he did win at Riverside, California last November.
Out of turn number 4, the man who sat in the pole with a local car owner is going to bring a Ford Thunderbird home to victory at the Michigan International Speedway. The winner of the Michigan 400 as the crowd.
Here's Elliott out of turn number 4, comes down to the line, and white flag from Harold Kinder. He has 1 lap to go as he takes it back in turn 1.
Jackson, Michigan businessman Harry Melling owns this car, and he's here to see it run this last lap toward the checkered flag. What a win it'll be for Elliott and the whole family team from Dawsonville, Georgia.
It's been something this youngster has wanted for a long time. Some of his best runs in his career have come at Charlotte as he takes it around on the final lap here in the Miller High Life 500. Here's Benny Parsons. All he can do is watch. He'll come home second. Here's Elliott out of the 4th corner.
Checkered flag waving from the starter and off turn 4 down to the start-finish line. Bill Elliott notches his 3rd Winston Cup Grand National win of his career and gains some valuable Winston Cup points.
Out of turn 4, they almost hit again coming off the corner. White flag. Last lap
to go.
And that would have been a photo finish. It's Gann in front. No, it's Elliott coming back at him on the inside.
Yes, got the run in down the back straightaway. It looks like Harry's got it.
Gann uses all that power and takes the car into turn 3. He leaves half a lane for Elliott on the bottom of the racetrack. Out of turn 4. Elliott's got the room, and he's coming, and he beats Gann to the line.
I don't believe that, Mike. I don't believe that.
But I don't think Harry Gann believed it either.
Last lap. Elliott draws away. Lake Speed gets one more shot at Bill Elliott. No one's been able to contain Elliott all afternoon.
And one thing that Lake Speed didn't need was those cars running side by side with him. Of course, they're running for positions too, but he needed every clean shot that he could get to keep up with Elliott. He was not going to be able to do it.
Yeah, he wanted a bit of help, man, but too late now. First place, no contest given to Elliott. Battle will be for 3rd. Lake Speed is in 2nd. Battle will be Waltrip, Baker, Rudd inside that 3rd position. There's Lake Speed right there. In the 2nd position, Bill Elliott is on his way to his greatest race ever. A little looseness up in turn number 3. A couple of cars all the way sideways. Here they are coming back to the line. And after dominating all day, his crew out on pit road, Bill Elliott wins the 1985 Daytona 500. One lap to go for the leader. Bill Elliott is a man you spoke of in our on-camera scene set at the beginning. Sam, you said that the changing of the guard appeared to be here in NASCAR racing and that Bill Elliott might be the man. Well, he's looking like the man today. He'll be the first person to win 2 races in this season of 1985 and perhaps about to assert real authority in this sport. A tremendous lead now as he heads for the checkered flag. It's going to be Elliott. And the big crowd cheers him in as he wins the Atlanta 500. Second place to Jeff.
Had the line, but Buddy Arrington was there, and there wasn't anything Tim could do about it.
Here comes the win. Bill Elliott takes the checkered. He wins the race. 2nd position. Oh, it goes to Darrell Waltrip as Tim Richmond made one final bid, cutting to the low side of the racetrack to the inside, but Darrell Waltrip.
Flag comes out with just 1 more lap to go for Elliott.
Well, it certainly looks like the contest is over. I've been having a watch on Elliott. He's been running at 205 miles an hour. The last sprint, when he doesn't even have to go that fast.
We are watching history being made here in Alabama. This is going to be the fastest 500 miles ever run. We're just over 186 miles an hour. The fastest race to this point was the 1980 Daytona 500 at 177. And Bill Elliott screams now for the checkered flag, again completely dominating this race. He came from behind, and Elliott wins the Alabama 500 at Talladega. Look at that machine pass under the checkered flag.
The family operations as he takes the white flag and heads on the final lap. The new king of NASCAR, they're calling him, Bill Elliott.
Well, it sure is. And you know, teams have dominated before. Junior Johnson's done it in years. The Petty family did it for years, and now Elliott and them's doing it. And I don't personally think they ought to restrict that car. I think they ought to let him go ahead and go. We're looking at racing. They call it racing, and that's exactly what he's doing. He's doing it by the rules.
And he's doing it better than anybody else as he heads down the front straightaway. Elliott to take the checkered flag, and Elliott has won the Budweiser 500 here in Dover, Delaware. Bill Elliott.
Flag. One more to go. No yellow. It's going to be a dash to the finish, but I don't think anybody's going to catch Bill Elliott. We'll see.
Well, let's keep our eyes peeled on turn number 1. Remember to send about Wallace, and right now NASCAR officials are checking on it. It's slippery down there.
Well, Elliott gets out of shape. Yeah, he got way high, and so does Harry Gant for that matter. Gant's still out of shape. Now Elliott's down to the extreme inside of the racetrack, and the yellow is out.
But they race back to the checker.
They're going to race to the yellow or the checkered flag, so whoever comes out on top here next time around is going to be the winner of the race.
Boy, it was almost handed to Darrell Waltrip. Right now, Elliott has built up an insurmountable lead. Unless he runs out of gas. I don't think he will, because he pitted about 15 laps ago. This is going to be his.
Not much chance of that happening. Gant pulls in, though, ever so slightly, but I think that Elliott is going to win this race. There they go by Rusty Wallace's very slow car that apparently blew an engine and deposited some oil down in turn number 1. Here they come off of corner number 3. Elliott down to the inside, looking for the checkered flag, and he gets it. Bill Elliott wins the race. Gant is second, Waltrip third, and Bodine fourth.
First spot.
White flag coming out. You'll see it. That's about all that Bill Elliott saw of it. What you saw of it is we're into the last lap.
He can just about coast the home from here. He has a 17-second lead. We'll win 17 seconds now, but he can just about coast the home.
But if it should burn right here out of 2, say hello, Darrell Waltrip. Here he is back straightaway. Motoring, being as conservative as he can with this car. What a beautiful car these people put out. Their garage may not be the most sanitary in the world, but their car is certainly some of the most beautiful when they bring them out to the racetrack.
Every time they bring him to the racetrack, it looks like a brand new automobile. And he's prepared that way.
Bill Elliott seeking just a little more mileage, searching to get that victory under his belt and win his 7th race, crowd on its feet, and Bill Elliott has done it. Car number 9 comes across the line. The Elliots.
They have touched once again in turn number 1. Here they come off of corner number 1 onto Long Pond straightaway for the final time this afternoon. Look at Jeff Bodine and Darrell Waltrip go fender to fender out there and wheel to wheel. Into corner number 2, Waltrip grabs back 3rd position. Up front, it continues to be Bill Elliott's race with Neil Bonnet running 2nd. There is Elliott approaching turn number 3 on the final lap of the race. He dives that car to the inside of the racetrack. Now comes off of turn number 3. He can see Harold Kinder with the checkered flag in hand. Here comes Bill Elliott. He wins the Summer 500. Neil Bonnet finishes 2nd. The battle for 3rd goes to Darrell Waltrip by just a few inches over Jeff Bodine.
Boy, that was a thing of beauty. That battle for 3rd position.
Not quite as the engine lets go on that car. The white flag comes out. Bill Elliott is on his last lap on this 2-mile tri-oval here at Michigan. He doesn't have very much activity in front of him. It should be easy going for him here on this last lap off of corner number 2 now and setting the car into the backstretch. Elliott from Dawsonville, Georgia, 29 years of age. And Kyle Petty also has an engine let go. Mike Waltrip and Kyle Petty with engine problems here on the last lap of the race. Meanwhile, Bill Elliott keeps the car in the middle of the racetrack, not stretching it by any means, not taking a chance of anything going wrong. Bill Elliott signals that he accepts the checkered flag, and Bill Elliott has won the Michigan Champion Spark Plug 400, his 9th
edging him on. Bill Elliott has just 1.366 miles to go. Elliott around turn number 1. There's Bernie Elliott, the man who makes all the decisions down in the pit area. Elliott out of turn number 2. He's down the backstretch. Bill Elliott, at this historic old race plan, is running in the tire track to people like Johnny Mance, who won the first race back in 1950 here. Bonnie Flower, Buck Baker. Bill Elliott is racing into the record books. Bill Elliott is going toward immortality. Bill Elliott gets the checkered flag. Bill Elliott has won an additional $1 million in 1985.
And has done his thing on the short track. Well, Elliott taking the white flag en route to a record win here today. This is the Bill Elliott of old that we're seeing right now.
And that old really started at the beginning of this year. Prior to this year, just 4 Grand National wins, 1 2 years ago, 3 last year. Here he is around Phil Parsons into the back straightaway, and this Georgia congregation ready to greet him when he comes home. Remember tonight, you'll see him right here at 10:05 on the Superstation, and all the Elliott family. Everybody up around Dawsonville. Mama Reese, she has got to be right on the edge of her chair right now as Bill Elliott is about to become the first man to ever win 11 super speedway races in a year. Elliott
$200,000 that he collected in Atlanta. Here's the white flag, 1 to go.
Take your choice. Does it like to be first or like to be second? Bill Elliott is there on the point. Harry Gant, number 33, riding second. Last lap of the Michigan 400 here on CBS. Into the back straightaway.
And he'll never be able to do it, I don't think. He's needed to do it a little bit earlier to try to make that move. He needs to be up beside of him right now, or inching up beside of him, and he hasn't caught him yet.
Pulls up. 15 car lengths right there.
He moves in closer as he goes into the turn. He's really going to have to get some acceleration off of this turn if he's going to do it.
Coming down for the finish. Out of the 4th turn. Last time. Gant goes all the way to the wall. Tries to find anything with which to pull a slingshot. It's not to be had. And car number 9. Bill Elliott wins his first race of 1986.
Leading first and second. There's Richmond. The white flag has been displayed to the field. Elliott is out front. Richmond still has to hold off Darrell Waltrip. It's Elliott smoothly out front. Richmond looks in his rearview mirror and sees Darrell Waltrip. Waltrip looks to the inside. It isn't over yet for second spot.
Final time. Richmond will try to hold off the 3-time Winston Cup national champion as Waltrip now has Earnhardt glued to his rear deck. Will he use the draft? Richmond moves down and tries to break the draft. It's still 2 car lengths between Richmond and Waltrip.
Tim Richmond threw some dirty air back there to Darrell Waltrip, trying to gain the advantage. It seemed to work. Waltrip's got a problem. He's out of the throttle. He will finish third. Meanwhile, Elliott is hurtling towards the start-finish line. He will win the Champion Spark Plug 400 for an unprecedented 4th victory consecutively here at Michigan International Speedway. Finishing in second will be Tim Richmond.
1 lap to go. He's 12 car lengths down as they cross the stripe. 2.5 miles remaining. Richard Petty closing in. There's Parsons in that Harry Hyde car. Moving up. Ford in first. Chevrolet in second. Pontiac in third. Daytona 500. Down to it. Final lap.
Elliott staying low on the racetrack. He knows that he's just got to stay down there and hope that Benny Parsons can't catch enough draft. Parsons coming right down on the racetrack with him on the low side, trying to pick up that draft, but again, I'm afraid he's too far behind.
Here they are for turn number 3. Parsons still trying to close. Final lap. Last sprint out of turn number 4. The pride of Georgia, Bill Elliott, screaming car number 9 to bring it home and give Ford and give the folks from Georgia something to cheer about. He comes across the line to win it by about 10 car lengths. Bill Elliott, 2-time winner of the Great American Race. Through the tri-oval, down Harold Kinder. Looks, the flag is out. This is for the whole banana. Car number 9, Elliott stays in front. Here comes Davey Allison trying to close. Final lap is underway. Here comes Earnhardt in number 3. First 3 cars back straightaway. Allison pulling up. Elliott on the inside. Allison on the outside. Now swinging back to the outside goes car number 9. It's Bill Elliott back in the lead by 2 car lengths. Turn 3.
He was trying to break the draft, and he did a good job of it. But let's see, here is where the crucial point is. Coming off of this turn, it's a long way to the start-finish line, Ken, from turn 4.
Joey Knuckles, crew chief for Allison, looking on intensely. Here they come, driving to the tri-oval. Final time, final moment. Davey Allison moves it out. He's going to take one last shot at the line. Give it to Bill Elliott. Elliott wins. Davey Allison with a wonderful second-place finish. Dale Earnhardt comes across in third.
Cheering, waving their hats, saying, yeah, let's see what happens. The white flag is out. One more left to go. Here comes Morgan Shepherd on the outside of Dale Earnhardt. But Dale holds on to that second position. Meanwhile, Bill Elliott has begun to stretch out the lead just a little bit. And Dale Earnhardt is not going to be in a position going down the backstretch and going into turn number 3 to slingshot into the lead.
The race is going to be for second. Shepherd's going to try and move underneath.
Richard Petty is spinning down the backstretch and making contact with the inside wall. Petty crashes on the very last lap. Harold Kinder has the checkered flag in hand.
Watch Shepherd.
It's going to be a battle for second. Bill Elliott is going to win. Dale Earnhardt is going to finish second. Morgan Shepherd is third. And Rusty Wallace fourth. Bill Elliott has done it. He has.
Elliott went on to win and go to victory lane. White flag for the final lap, I say, Eli, and Harold Kinder is going to get a rest. He's been in that flag stand some 4 hours this afternoon, and he's ready to go home too, I think.
The man who won here back on Memorial Day, Kyle Petty, in the Coca-Cola World 600, he is now in 10th spot in the Wood Brothers Ford, and he's having a good day, but it's right now all Bill Elliott. Working his way through turns 3 and 4 with the checkered flag now in sight.
Half a mile from win number 21 on his career. 32-year-old Bill Elliott takes the checkered flag. He turned 32 years of age, and there's jubilation on pit road as the Coors Melling crew. There's Dan Elliott in the front there, hugging his wife, Ernie and the rest of the crew. And Dad George. It's about the same move that Dale had done. White flag. White flag is out. Last lap is underway, and here they come in the charge. It is Waltrip around the outside, moving by Terry Labonte with 1 to go. Labonte coming back. This is your battle. Elliott will take it home. He'll win by 6 or 7 seconds. The battle is for second place. It is the battle for third. There it is, 17-11. Earnhardt will come in second. The battle will be for third at the line. Coming back to the strike. Number 9 is going to win.
Hinder waves the white flag. We've got 1 more lap to go for Bill Elliott. He moves into turn number 1, and he has open racetrack in front of him. I don't think he'll have to contend about passing anybody else in his final lap here at Atlanta. Halfway down the backstretch now. Half a lap to go for Bill Elliott. For the final time, he moves the car in turn number 3, keeping the car about midway in the racetrack. Now enters turn number 4. Exiting turn number 4, Bill Elliott from Dawsonville, Georgia, wins the final Winston Cup race of 1987, the Atlanta Journal 500, and the crew celebrates in the pit area.
No question about it. The white flag comes out for Bill Elliott with 4 new tires. Those 2 cars were able to stick better on the inside of the racetrack.
Not only will this be a spin and win, but it'll be a spin with less than 2 laps, whether less than 10 laps to go, and a Bill Elliott victory. Here's the checkered flag. Bill Elliott wins. Mark Martin is second, and Jeff Bodine is third.
Boy, tough decision for Juan Elbows, and I feel so much way.
Harold Kinder displays the white flag, and Bill Elliott has 1 more lap to go, and he'll have another victory in his corner, and it'll be the 25th career Winston Cup victory for Bill Elliott. He's halfway around, just a half mile to go before the checkered flag is his. He drops down low on the racetrack in turn number 3. He'll pass under Benny Parsons, who lets him have lots of racing room. Here comes Bill Elliott out of corner number 4, and Elliott wins the Budweiser 500 at Dover Downs International Speedway. Ernie and the team celebrating it.
That's full. Out in front, Rick Wilson, look at him. He maneuvers right behind Bill Elliott. I think he's going to have to stay right there if he has a chance. The white flag is out. 1 more lap. So now's the time. The last lap. If anybody's going to do anything, this is when it'll happen. The guesswork is over. Wilson moves down out of his more familiar position of directly behind Elliott, tries a little bit on the low side. Remember, too, that depending on where they place their car relative to the car in front of them, then they can actually affect the handling of that car in front of them by spoiling the way air is coming off the back of the car. But look at Earnhardt. Earnhardt closes up behind Wilson and then has to fall back as Wilson makes his move down to the inside. He is alongside Bill Elliott. Wilson alongside, pushes a nose just ahead. Will this be the first victory for Wilson? Elliott is alongside now. Elliott forges ahead, and Elliott with a nose just ahead of Wilson at the line as they touch, coming across to finish this race. Elliott wins the firecracker with Wilson in second place by inches.
Well, there was experience against youth. You saw Rick Wilson make his move. He did it a little.
There's his crew. White flag for Bill Elliott. Will follow him around this final time. You ever seen anybody just look so calm and composed in the race car? He doesn't wrestle with the wheel. He doesn't get the car out of shape.
Now, Bill never drives sideways. Bill is a good chassis man, and he adjusts that race car to drive comfortable for him. And I think that's one of the things that makes his team so good, that he is such a good chassis man.
Kenny Schrader, car number 25, the second place machine. 7 seconds behind. Elliott up and over the tunnel turn. Heading down the short chute. And Labonte will lose a spot to Mark Martin on this final lap as Elliott heads for turn number 3. The final corner and the final mile of the AC Spark Plug 500. It will go to the Coors Belling Ford Thunderbird. His 27th career Winston Cup victory. Bill Elliott takes the checkered flag.
Turn wall. Dick Berggren, as we came on the air, predicted that this was Bill Elliott's race, and perhaps he's going to be right. They're in the final lap of the Southern 500. Bill Elliott with a 2-car length advantage over Rusty Wallace. Off of the second corner and down the backstretch.
Rusty went through that second turn high for the first time in a long time.
Now let's see. It looks like the interval is going to widen here on the final lap. Elliott puts the car way up against the wall. So is Rusty Wallace. Here they come off the fourth corner. It looks like it's going to be Bill Elliott winning, I think. Boy, it was close, though. I think Elliott won. Strength here in the closing stages. This time around, it'll be the white flag for Bill Elliott. Harold Kinder displays it. There it is, the white flag. One more lap to go for Bill Elliott, and he'll have his 6th win of the 1988 season. He moves through corner number 2 and goes down the backstretch now for the final time. He won here in the spring at Dover and is threatening to make it a clean sweep for 1988. Bill Elliott through corner number 3, now corner number 4. He's on to the main straightaway, and Bill Elliott from Dawsonville, Georgia, wins the Delaware 500. Second goes to Earnhardt. Third was Rusty Wallace, and fourth, Davey Allison.
White flag is out. 1 remaining. There you see Rusty Wallace still trying to close. Running out of track, running out of time.
Just think if Bill Elliott had qualified just a tad faster, the winner's check would be increased by $91,200.
That's right, he started outside of the front row.
About 0.05 of a second.
Coming out of 4. Wallace still closing, but too late. And the winner today is Bill Elliott. The Ford has come back
to go. Will Bill Elliott be able to hold on for the next 2.5 miles and win the AC Spark Plug 500? The interval showing the difference between Bill Elliott, the leader, and second place Rusty Wallace as Rusty gets the left side tires off the racetrack again. Bill Elliott swings out of corner number 1 and down to Long Pond straightaway, 3,055 feet in length. Wallace, it appears, is going to have to settle for second position as one car separates Elliott and Rusty Wallace right now, that being Rick Wilson. Bill Elliott moves on to the north straightaway. He is approaching the third and final corner of this racetrack. The number 9 Coors Melling Ford is on the 6-degree banking of turn number 3. He comes off the straightaway. The crowd on its feet. Here comes Bill Elliott for the final few feet, and he wins the AC Spark Plug 500. Bill Elliott with his second.
Instead, the white flag falls for Bill Elliott. Jimmy Means has the car rolling once again. So now we're in the final lap as Bill Elliott from Dawsonville, Georgia, looks for career win number 32 in Winston Cup competition. He's through the dogleg on the backstretch, still maintaining the advantage with over Terry Labonte, and there is Hut Strickland ahead of him. Here they come off of the fourth corner. Bill Elliott still with about 5 car length advantage on Terry Labonte. The checkered flag falls, and Bill Elliott wins the Auto Works 500. Terry Labonte finishes second, followed by Mark Martin, Darrell Waltrip.
Elliott still leads. Martin is still second. Earnhardt still third. Is Bill Elliott going to be able to make it all the way around, or is he going to run out of fuel? It looks pretty good for him right now. He heads for turn number 3. The car still appears to be under power.
He's got to get to turn 4, though, Bobby. He'll have to get to 4 to be sure.
Here he is, off of turn number 4. The crowd goes wild. Bill Elliott does it. He wins his first race of the year. Martin is second, and Dale Earnhardt finishes in third position. But Bill Elliott may be on his way. He receives the white flag. There's one more lap to go. It's been 20 races since Bill Elliott was last in victory lane. That was at Dover in September of last year. He moves, it looks, even further away from Jeff Bodine as he takes the car off the 31 degrees of banking in turn 2 and heads down the flat backstretch. Bill Elliott goes to the inside, trying to break that draft and trying to leave Jeff Bodine in his wake. He now takes the car again into the banking, 31 degrees in turns number 3 and 4. Bodine lurking about 7 or 8 car lengths behind. Elliott has the car right on the bottom of the racetrack. Here they come into the tri-oval. Bill Elliott from Dawsonville, Georgia, heads toward the checkered flag, and he gets it. Elliott wins.
Waltrip chasing Atwood for second behind Bill Elliott, the race leader. If Michael could get close enough in 3 and 4, I think he could probably get underneath Casey.
He's there. Michael is there for second.
And he protects the bottom. Waltrip to second. 227 races ago, Bill Elliott took the checkered flag in the Southern 500 at Darlington. He's done it today at Homestead. Elliott is your winner. Ray Evernham Motorsports with their first victory. Bill Elliott's going to make just one more lap to pick up the victory in the Pennsylvania 500. He's got 1.7 seconds on Kurt Busch and 3 corners to go.
He didn't spark the right front that time. I think he feels victory coming on.
I think he was a little bit careful, maybe going through one that time.
Bill Elliott going to be the first driver to win a race from pole position this season. First one to win a race in the front row this season. Also looking to become the first man to win 5 times here at Pocono Raceway. His other victories coming back, 2 in 1985, 1 each in 1988 and 89. Now he's down to the final corner. Red will be the color of the day here at Pocono. Bill Elliott bringing it home for Ray Evernham and Dodge as Elliott wins the Pennsylvania 500 at Pocono. 175,000 fans looking on as Elliott rides through the canyon of grandstands and takes the white flag. Final lap of the Brickyard 400.
And the fans are cheering Bill Elliott on as he comes to turn 2 down the backstretch.
One of the sport's most popular drivers ever. Elliott looking for career victory number 43 and his first here on these hallowed grounds. He's dominated the race today. He will have led 93 of 160 laps now
list of winners of the Brickyard 400 in Indy. A dominating victory for Dodge in the Brickyard. Elliott wins by 1.2 seconds over Rusty Wallace.
Title among the two. Final lap at Rockingham. Bill Elliott in search of a win. Matt Kenseth in search of a championship. Clear sailing, Bill. Jack Roush, one more lap, he says. One more. And the checkered flag is in the air. It'll be Bill Elliott. With his first win of 2003 at Rockingham today, Matt Kenseth comes to the line in the air.
Once he crosses that start-finish line.
The biggest lap of Casey Kane's young racing life right here.
And no pressure from behind.
He took over the number 9 from legend Bill Elliott, who served as his mentor for a season, and now it's all his own. Off turn 4. Casey Kane is a winner at last.
Boy, what a battle though for second and for him and for fourth. They were poking it.
White flag, Casey Kane, 1.5 miles to go.
There's a bunch of guys that can't wait for this last lap to get over with, I can tell you that.
"29 years to the day since a Dodge has gone to victory lane in Atlanta when Richard Petty held off David Pearson and Cale Yarborough to win it. Casey Kane scores the second win of his career in the Golden Corral 500.
Look at that. Is that guy, is he in any strain?
White flag, 1 to go for Casey
Look
Kane.
how relaxed he is in there. Look at his hands. They're not gripping the wheel. They're just holding the wheel. That car is on a rail, buddy.
26 years old tomorrow.
Up, little swerve there. Little wave.
All he needs to do is get through turn 3 and 4 one more time.
And Casey Kane will become the second Dodge to win here. The first man to win from the front row, the 11th different winner at Texas, Casey Kane, wins the Samsung Radio Shack 500.
Clint Boyer in the 07 crash.
One more time there, bud. You got it in the bag.
And Mike, you talked about Dodge's lack of success here. Casey Kane, his best finish here has been a 12th in 4 starts.
He's off turn 2. He clears Joe Nemechek. Got clear sailing. The 4 cars up ahead of him, but I don't think it's going to be a factor.
He will lead 158 laps tonight. Casey Kane leading this train on the final lap.
Here he comes.
Engine number 9 brings it to the finish line. Casey Kane wins the Coke 600.
Jimmy Johnson.
Dodge edges his way back out, and ahead of Carl Edwards and Dale Earnhardt Jr. wins the rain-shortened race here in Michigan.
If you don't believe it, they did what they talked about earlier in the race, or earlier today. Just go out and win the race. Let everybody else do whatever they got to do. This is what these guys need to do to even have a shot at making the chase.
Won 4 of the first 15 races this year, but has struggled since. Tonight, he has led 129 laps of this 250-lap race. This is the final lap. Casey Kane came in here 11th in the championship standings, and as Wally said, he's going to beat everybody and put himself in position to make the chase next week at Richmond. Earnhardt goes to second. Casey Kane comes off of turn 4. He won last night in the Busch race. Casey Kane sweeps at California. White flag, last lap at Charlotte. Ray Evernham watches.
You know, a week or two, they probably thought, nah, you know, we're out of this thing. Yep. And now they're going to look at those points after tonight and go, you know what? We still have a shot.
And we're pretty good on those 1.5 mile tracks like Atlanta and Texas.
We got a few of them coming up.
Yep.
And Homestead.
Yep. Casey Kane looking for win number 6 and trying to improve his status in the chase for the championship. Casey Kane sweeps at Charlotte.
We've got 1 lap to go. The flagman dropped the white flag down at his feet. Casey Kane didn't see the white flag, but trust me, they are telling him 1 lap to go. Well, he got voted into
into the All-Star race. He was in it to win it. Banked $1 million last week. And Casey Kane, the 2006 winner. Now there's 6. Comes off the corner, and Casey Kane wins the Coke 600. Edwards is down on the apron in 3 and 4. He's out of gas. The 99 is out of gas.
Last lap of the race. 28-year-old from Enumclaw, Washington. Had the spectacular weekend that they talked about at Charlotte. Disappointment at Dover, but now he's come to Pocono. Right now, he would be 9th. Yes, the 9 car would be 9th unofficially in the championship standings. One more turn to go for Casey Kane. This will be a true team victory. Battled back from the problem on pit road, started on the pole, 4 of the last 5, now 5 of the last 6 races at Pocono have been won from the front row. The pole winner's going to take the checkers. Casey Kane wins at Pocono.
All right, man. Great job out there. Great way to dig us out of that hole.
Hard in turn 11.
White flag in the air, last lap.
I'm not sure. Tony Stewart's going to have to get a lot closer if he's going to make any kind of move. He's got till now till turn 10. Oh!
It's Mark Martin, Robbie Gordon, Jeff Burton.
These guys got to keep going. I don't see anything.
Stay under green.
I don't think Stewart.
They all
He's
got away.
enough, but Ambrose is definitely looking at the back of the 14 car.
Five back, bud. 5 back.
Less than half a lap. Second, third, and fourth behind Casey Kane.
They're about 5.
Yeah, no, I think they're too spread out unless you see a real bonsai from somebody. Hey, Casey's done a nice job. It's a lot of pressure doing that over and over again.
Casey Kane's father supported his racing career from a very early age. Sent him off to the Midwest from Enumclaw, Washington to further his racing career after he got out of high school. Now he comes back to the West Coast, and Casey Kane wins at Sonoma.
That's incredible, man. That's incredible.
He's only top 5.
White flag for Casey Kane.
Straight away. 1 to go. 30.
Casey Kane said they were very frustrated about the disappointing finish at Bristol, Tennessee. They dropped from 8th to 11th in the point standings after finishing 28th at Bristol. They have finished outside the top 10 the last 3 races in a row. They were in jeopardy of maybe not making the chase. They came to Atlanta on a mission. And here, under the lights at Atlanta Motor Speedway on a Labor Day weekend, Casey Kane gets it done and goes to victory lane.
Great job. The Harvick Montoya.
One lap to go. Next flag ends the race. Do they have enough fuel to come back around and finish it? Kyle Busch looking to get back around Keselowski. David Ruderman. Still green. Oh, looks like Tony Stewart out through the grass in the inner loop. And back through traffic. Caution is out.
Is out. Yellow's out.
Race is over. Marcos Ambrose is your winner.
If he is that or if he thinks he might have a flat tire or something like that. He's really moving the car around. It doesn't look very stable right now.
1 lap to go. Kyle Busch, defensive line into turn 1.
There's something wrong with the 18.
Now Ambrose trying to get second from Keselowski while he tries to get the lead from Kyle.
Oh,
contact in the S's.
It's right. Gotcha.
Dangerous spot on the track for Kyle to be sideways. Looks like he gets off to the guardrail. No caution yet. Here's the race for the lead.
Keselowski's got damage on the left front.
Is the tire going to make it all the way around? And will the 9 help him?
Oh,
Everybody's in the grass.
No yellow. Dig, dig, dig.
That might have been the race right there. We'll see. No, Keselowski's slower. Keselowski's got a problem. Trying to stay with Ambrose. 2 final corners. Do they use the bumpers? A nudge, a push. Can Ambrose save it? To the checkered flag. Who gets here first?
Clear, clear.
Ambrose, 9. Keselowski, 2. Final corner. Marcos Ambrose is going to win at Watkins Glen in a remarkable last lap turn of events.
Winner of the NASCAR Sprint Cup Series, baby.
The white flag in the air. 1 lap to go. Presented by Credit One Bank. 7 turns. He just needs to do 7 turns perfectly at Watkins Glen to grab his first career win. He goes wide through turn 1. The 78 coming up. Closing the gap.
All clear, all clear.
Fans jumping up and down, yelling, screaming, losing their minds here at Watkins Glen. Can Elliott hang on? He's back to 2 car lengths in front of Truex as they leave the S's for the final time.
Almost giving up the lead in turn 1, but he's now got another comfortable lead as he breaks into the inner loop. Martin Truex charges hard, trying to gain that ground back. No mistakes by either driver here, but Chase Elliott a cleaner corner. Now it's about 4 car lengths there through the carousel. Chase Elliott almost home free. Truex wide in the corner.
He looks to be in great shape, but the mistake that he made in 1 again cannot be replicated here in turn 6.
Truex is out of fuel.
Truex is out. Now Chase can just cruise to victory lane.
His spotter lets him know
15 out the back already.
he's out of fuel. Chase Elliott comes out of turn number 7. The crowd roars. They're going to see for the first time Chase Elliott win in the Monster Energy Cup Series.
Excellent. Yeah, baby, yeah! Hell yes! Thank you, thank you, thank you, yes!
Looking for the white flag. 1 more time around at Dover.
Lock that thing on the bottom.
A hungry Denny Hamlin in the 11. He'll have 1 more shot. Down the backstretch. Can he close the gap enough? Chase Elliott looking for his 2nd career win.
3.5.
Out of turn 4. Chase Elliott's going to win at the Monster Mile.
Hell yeah, baby! 1 more round to go, yeah! That's what I was talking about! That's how you
1 lap to go. Presented by Credit One Bank. Chase Elliott, the 22-year-old out of Dawsonville, Georgia, son of Hall of Famer Bill Elliott, down the backstretch for the final time. 2 wins already in 2018. The slide job by Kyle Larson behind him for 2nd. Chase Elliott coming out of turn 4. He's going to win again, this time in Kansas.
Yeah, boys, let's go!
And that 9 cars in the driver's seat.
Oh,
Stenhouse.
No. Stenhouse pounds the wall, but they took the white flag, sponsored by Credit One Bank, under green. Stenhouse.
No caution, is it?
Trying to get away. Yet. Here they come. Chase Elliott, Alex Bowman, Ryan Preece. Logano on the outside.
Oh,
and Byron's around. He crashes. Caution is out.
Heavy impact to the inside wall by the 42 of Larson.
Man.
Kyle Larson, Jeffrey Earnhardt with heavy damage, and William Byron.
Man.
On the last lap.
Well, that was really scary looking. That 42's floating through the air as he made it impacted that inside wall.
Well, these 3 Chevy drivers did as ordered, worked together, and with the checkered flag, Chase Elliott has brought the Elliott name back to victory lane.
And 1 lap to go, presented by Credit One Bank. 7 corners, 2.5 miles. Chase Elliott must remain perfect. A smooth turn 1, and then the most important climb, 54 feet up the S's. He must be perfect.
This is for all the marbles here at Watkins Glen. The crowd and the S's have come to their feet. Chase Elliott up the hill for the final time this afternoon. Looks in the rearview mirror. 4 car lengths of separation. Chase Elliott leads the way up the back straightaway for the final time.
Like he has time and time again. He has a decent lead on Truex coming into the braking zone here. What, if anything, can Truex do differently? He charges into this inner loop within a car length and a half. Can he maintain that on exit? Not so much. Back to 3 car lengths. He charges again into the carousel. There's just nothing he can do about how good this 9 car is getting out of the corner.
Chase Elliott has been perfect on these last 20-some laps. Just done a great job. 2 more corners left. Don't overdrive. 6. Hit your marks. Truex trying to make ground on him. Chase Elliott driving away.
Coming into turn 7, the final turn. The 23-year-old from Dawsonville got his first win at this racetrack and has been dominant today. He's going to win again at the Glen.
Go, boys, let's go! Great job, Brown. Great strategy.
Rolling. Now Chase Elliott back up onto the 1.5 miles. Goes into turn 1 here at Charlotte Motor Speedway.
What a recovery, Rick. Lap 65, the 9 goes straight into the barriers. The team tapes up the hood. No gimmicks, no strategy. He drives all the way through the field, passing every car on the racetrack to take the lead in the closing laps.
And Steve, I'm going to tell everybody listening, during the commercial break, you looked over here and said, Chase Elliott still wins this race. We all said you were crazy. You were right.
That car looked so good through traffic, Rick.
Chase Elliott out of turn 4. He'll make the last chicane. And Chase Elliott put on a dominating performance today. He'll win at the Charlotte Roval.
That's the way to bring it home. Let's go, boys, go! Yeah, that's it, son.
White flag waves. 1 lap to go. Sponsored by Credit One Bank. Can you hold your breath for 30 seconds? You might have to. Second place, Denny Hamlin. Takes it to Ryan Blaney. Hamlin now 2.4 seconds back. Couple more corners and Timmy Hill ahead for Chase Elliott.
Yeah, buddy. We did it, boys.
Checkered flag as a car spins through the quad.
He's burying it in all the braking zones.
And Denny Hamlin is close enough. If the 9 makes a mistake, he will be there. Big arc by the 11, trying to get to the bottom of this corner, have a straight drive off. Denny really wide right there. Doesn't really lose a lot, but he's pushing as hard as he can.
Yeah, he's just searching, trying to find something different, trying to find some speed somewhere. You see Truex underneath, Johnson behind him.
There's a car in front of these two. Will that affect Chase Elliott in the line that he chooses?
It's all going to be where they catch that car. Is it in a bad spot, or does he find a way by without an issue? Oh, that is a bad spot to get by him.
You hope he just pulls over.
Yeah, he pulls over. Quinn Houff's going to pull over, get out of the way of this battle for the lead.
We've seen a lot of issues in turn 6 today. Very tough braking. The 9 does a nice job. Will he get a good acceleration off? There you go, Rick. 2 more chicanes to the start-finish line. Andy with a much lower exit, but that 9 car just really got out of turn 6 so much better. Able to put a good distance there. Chase is going to look in the mirror and feel like, man, all right. Got a little more comfort there between me and the 11.
Clearly, Chase Elliott's a little bit quicker, but how about Denny Hamlin? Every week, it seems, we see him battling for the win.
Man, Denny drove it in there.
He did.
Way
he made it work. Going to get beat on this exit, but Denny Hamlin with a big surge there into the rear chicane.
Earlier, we heard Mario Andretti talk about history and making history. It was a historic event today. The Cup Series running on the road course at Daytona for the first time ever. A big challenge out of Denny Hamlin here one last time. But trying to make history, the 9 of Chase Elliott, 3 road course wins in a row. He's going to win at Daytona. That is your checkered flag moment.
I was mentioning, Rick, those 5 playoff points will give him the 4th most. So this win can help him in the next round, can help his path to the championship for Phoenix.
And that now is the goal for everyone. Everyone that's in the top 8 in points now, they're looking forward to the championship 4. How do they get there? What do they do in the next 3 races? They've got Kansas, Texas, Martinsville in front of them to try to get to Phoenix. Momentum is also a very big thing in racing. And when you come off of something like what we're seeing Chase Elliott do, it has to give him a nod as far as momentum on his side.
He has the best average running position of everybody in the playoffs, Rick, so he is the hottest driver in the playoffs right now.
One of the youngest. 4 road course wins in a row. Chase Elliott's going to do it again at the Roval.
Great job, bud. Great job. Awesome job.
Chase Elliott through 3 and 4. He is going to win his way into the championship 4. Elliott wins. 1 lap to go. Presented by Credit One Bank. One more time around. 1 mile away from a championship for Chase Elliott. He goes down the backstretch for the final time. The 24-year-old from Dawsonville, Georgia, is about to join his father, Awesome Bill, in elite company. Chase Elliott is a NASCAR Cup Series champion.
Ah! Ring that sign, boys! Yes! Awesome, awesome, awesome! Love you, boys! Love you! We are the champions! Very good. Yes! Way to go, champ! Yes! Yes!
There is Chase Elliott, and he is the winner of the Echo Park, Texas Grand Prix. Due to inclement weather, the race has been called with 14 to go. Bill Elliott was right.
Yeah, he was.
And Chase Elliott wins. Here's Regan. Credit One Bank. Chase Elliott has almost a 6-second lead over Christopher Bell, running second. A fan favorite for quite a few years now. Chase Elliott has won a championship a year ago, trying to defend that title. Look at the numbers that he has put up, especially on road courses. Jeff Gordon, 9, the most of all time. Tony Stewart, 8. And Chase Elliott right now at 6, tied with Bobby Allison, Richard Petty, Ricky Rudd, and Rusty Wallace.
And shame on me, Rick, when I saw the odds come out at the beginning of the week and all the talk, everybody had Chase Elliott the favorite. And I don't know, he hadn't been here in a while, doesn't have the experience of other drivers, didn't show up great in the practice lap times, but Dale Jr. called it. He said, give these Cup veterans time on during this race and they will figure a way. Chase started way in the back and he's worked his way all the way to the front.
Dave Byrne mentioned, as we're listening to Chase Elliott, the way he works his way around this racetrack, Dave mentioned rhythm. That's what Chase was talking about. He wanted to find that rhythm as he works his way through the carousel for the final time.
Going to his home track next weekend, Atlanta Motor Speedway.
How careful he's taking it, not touching the curbs, not even really using the maximum amount on corner exit.
6.5 second lead. Now it's do not make a mistake.
That's right.
We said that before his very first win. Remember when he went into turn 1 at Watkins Glen, he made a mistake and let the car behind him catch up to him, but I think he's learned his lesson as well as figured out his rhythm here at this racetrack. Coming up to turn 14 for the final time, and the crowd here at Road America appreciative of what they have been able to see out of the reigning champion of the Cup Series It's the 7th road course win. Chase Elliott wins at Road America.
Great pit stop.
Christopher Bell coming home in second. A great finish for him. Kyle Busch.
For Chase Elliott to become the 4th and final Hendrick driver to visit victory lane this season.
Was fastest in practice. Once that 9 car got in the lead, proved to be the fastest in the race as well.
Kyle Busch led the most laps today, 103. But Chase Elliott and his Hendrick Motorsports Camaro going to lead the last one.
Yeah, boys. Caution's out. Checker flag.
Caution, checker, Martin Truex.
Tells me lap to go. Presented by Credit One Bank. Chase Elliott down the backstretch for the final time. A huge lead over Kurt Busch, running in second. Looking for his second win of the 2022 season. He'll get it at Nashville Superspeedway. Chase Elliott wins.
Yo, baby. Good stuff, boys. Thank you, guys.
To go, presented by Credit One Bank. LaJoy loose behind the 9. Now he goes to the high side. All the way up into the wall goes LaJoy. He's going to spin around. He'll collect the field. Caution will come out, and it looks as though the 9 of Chase Elliott is going to be scored the winner. Chase Elliott will join his father as the only Georgia-born driver now. 2 of them to win at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Win number 49, tying him with Tony Stewart. He's going to win at Pocono again.
Great job,
Push from Eric Jones. Got to him and actually hit him hard.
1 lap to go, presented by Credit One Bank. Side by side for the lead. Where will the momentum come? They're door to door as they go through 1 and 2. Down the backstretch for the final time. Chase Elliott now nosing ahead. Here comes Blaney fighting back on the inside. The shorter distance around the track. A big push from Michael McDowell in the 34. Elliott with the help of Jones. He surges ahead.